We're going to have a look at arm bars today. So we'll do like a few grip strips. We'll do just finishing, so preventing a hitchhiker and reverse hitchhiker. And then we'll just look at a start off. We'll just look at a basic S-mount arm bar. Okay, so to start off, just assuming partners sort of in that defensive position. Here, I want to try to work the arms up or elbows up above the head. Okay, a couple of ways I can do that. One of the most obvious is just using a cross grip or a 2-on-1 on the wrist and pinning, shifting the knee up, and then starting to wedge the arm. But if your partner's tight, like most high-level guys stay pretty tight here. Okay, two ways we're going to do this. I'll look at just getting under the elbow, and then I want to kind of lower my body and drive the elbow to the forehead. Okay, this is pretty reliable in comparison to sort of swinging the elbow out wide, which if Ollie contracts his lat, pretty hard to go against that. If I go more against his shoulder, go elbow to forehead, I can reliably sort of peel that elbow up to the forehead. Other option, there's no space here where the elbow is, I'll just bring my hand in like this, under the forearm. Other hand comes under, I lock an S grip, and then I will basically press my elbow to the mat. Then I'll use my knee as a wedge, and then same thing. Now go elbow under, peel up, until I get that elbow connected to the forehead. Once I've got this elbow up where I want it, I'm going to switch, so my right hand comes under, and I just grab my partner's neck. And I use chest and shoulder pressure, kind of wedge that against his face. Okay? Now my left hand will come under, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. Keeping pressure, arm comes under, and I wedge that elbow up. Okay? From here, one side, I'm just grabbing, you can see, I'm just grabbing Ollie's shoulder here, okay, with one hand. My other hand will come under, and as I sort of pressure forward with my chest, I'm starting to grab either my forearm or my elbow, okay? Keep constant pressure forward here, obviously just being wary if your partner doesn't have flexible shoulders. Don't put too much pressure forward, okay, if you feel any resistance. I'll shift my left knee up, okay, and I'll sort of start to walk my right foot up towards his shoulder line. So I'm pulling, stepping this up, and then I want my foot and knee to kind of meet just under Ollie's head. Alright, so ideally under the head here. Once I'm here and I've got this wedged together, I can actually let go. And now I'm going to start to attack the arm. If Ollie's doing this where he's got a figure 4, this is pretty common. I'm just going to grab his wrist, 2-on-1. I sit across, and I just tuck his wrist to my hip. Grab the elbow, pull in, now my left hand will come under. Okay, slide my shin across the neck, and now I can finish the armbar. Okay, all your weight should be on your hip, going through your partner's rib cage. Okay, if he's not kind of struggling to breathe on the bottom, reset. You're not doing it right. Okay, you want him to be suffering on the bottom. I'm suffering. There you go. That's what you want. So again, here, easy one is just go straight under the elbow. Okay. Use your lower body here to kind of push off, wedge the elbow to the forehead. And I'll grab the neck, okay? If you're struggling with this, you can feed your hand through, lock an S grip, and then use your elbow and knee instead. Okay, elbow up, attach to the neck, keep that shoulder nice and tight so he can't pull the elbow out. Go under the other elbow. You can use that conventional kind of finger walk, plant, and then do this as well. Okay, this isn't wrong, this is also fine. And once you've got the elbows nice and high, grab both your arms, shift up, and then go into a high mount. Now I can start to cut the corner, I lift, switch into the S mount, making sure I'm kind of facing along the shoulders. And then depending on the arm position, if the arm's free, I'll just attack. He's got a figure 4 here, which is common. I'm going to grab a 2-on-1, peel the arm across, cup the elbow so we can't replace. And then I go under the wrist, shin across, pinch my knees, and I drop forward to finish. Okay, just extending through the arm. Alright?
Yep. Thanks for checking.
We'll just look at finishing and breaking grips now. So if I get to this position or even a seated head arm, and I start to set up this arm attack, commonly, I want to lean and fall forward, but sometimes my partner may buck and push me backwards. Right? So as I fall, I'm just capturing the tricep here. We'll look at the types of grips that Ollie can use to sort of prevent me attacking the arm. Probably the best one for him, or the most secure, figure 4. So he may opt for a figure 4 here. Usually he's going to tuck the hand under the leg. Yeah. So this is pretty common. He can't move as well with this grip, but in terms of me actually getting his arm, a lot better for him. I can't pull his arm through his elbow. So I need to remove this arm. So to do that, I'm just going to thread my left arm where it already was, elbow to elbow. Okay, so nice and deep, just cupping my quad. I want to make sure I'm back heeling nice and tight here. Okay, I'm going to flare my left knee. So I'm just going to open up the left knee, so his fingers are sort of at the edge of my leg now. I'll grab the wrist, and I'm just going to pull the wrist across, okay? Ideally I want to pull it to my hip, but even if I just get it across body here, I can then shift up or forward, and then grab his tricep. As I'm doing that, I'm replacing my leg, so I flare it. As I pull, I'm shifting my leg back across. So I don't leave it here or off the head, he'll sit up. So it just flares, and then I pinch back. This cross wrist, I lean forward, I grab the tricep, so now I'm trapping that arm, okay? If I'm leaning forward, it's still going to be hard for him to slip the elbow. So only if you're leaning back, now he can rotate, okay? And if I'm not back heeling, like this, again, if I'm slack with my legs, he can rotate and pull. So as long as you're back heeling, and you're leaning forward, you're taking away the space for him, right? Now from here, you can start to shift up to the wrist. I rotate the shoulder, and I fall back. As I'm falling back, make sure you control the hands. So I give him like a handshake grip. What's going on, bud? I want to get that sort of grip, yeah? I don't want to, you can't control the wrist, but if I just control the wrist, Ollie can rotate. Okay, so this when Craig was attacking Gordon, he had a double wrist grip. As he's falling back, trying to finish the armbar, Gordon's consistently rotating the arm. That's how he escaped. He's using the hitch striker and a reverse hitch striker. Back and forth, exactly, doing this. Okay, so ideally, once you shift that elbow up, get a hand grip, grab the meat of the hand, and then when I fall back, I'm always pulling towards the pinky. So Ollie starts to go for a hitch striker. I'm just pulling his hand towards his pinky finger. So now when he goes, I back heel, and I'll try to break the arm to the inside leg. If he goes the other way and rotates the hand the other way, now I can break it on this leg. Okay, I'm just always going towards whichever way the pinky's facing. Okay, to finish the armbar. So again, figure 4. Here, flare the knee, cross wrist. If you feel like you've got this wrong, you'll be able to tell. It feels very awkward to use this hand. I've got no power here to even pull the arm off. Whereas this hand is a pull, so it's like a row, flare, pull, lean forward and grab the tricep. Okay? I can even double if I want to. And now I can go elbow to wrist. And I can fall back. Hand will now come to the hand. And now I can finish. Okay? So as I was saying, most secure grip for him was probably the figure 4 to start off with. A lot of the time, whether he lands with a gable or an S grip, which can happen. Otherwise, even if he has the figure 4, and I start to feel this, okay, and I get into here, if I start to attack the arm, sometimes as I'm falling back, he regrips. And because I've sort of already started to pull the elbow back, more common that he'll just manage to get an S grip or a gable grip, okay? Super important here, because he has more movement with his shoulders and arms, very important I keep my legs tight. Okay, he can shove his elbow under that leg if I'm not careful and catch. He can now again go for a hitchhiker. His shoulders are more free or a reverse hitchhiker. or he can pull that leg off his head. So he's got a few more options, even though they're more risky, because now I can actually attack his arm freely if he lets go. You just got to be making sure that your leg position is tight, okay, throughout this. So to get rid of this grip, I look at which way his knuckles are pointing, okay? On this hand I'm attacking, he can obviously go that way, or he can rotate and go that way, exactly. So if he goes back to the other grip, perfect. I just look at his hands, see the knuckles are pointing this way, so I want to peel this hand away from the other hand. I don't actually want to pull it into the other hand, okay? I'm actually going to find that harder. I'm going to pull it into, I want to pull it away. Alright, so to do this, obviously I've still got this grip. I'll just bring my right hand through to the bicep, and I pull his elbow to my rib cage, okay, just across like this. And I bring my ribs forward, so I'm kind of now compressing his elbow into my leg. My left arm, I slide my elbow up to the hand or wrist. If you're trying to just pull someone's elbow, Ollie can probably hold this for half a day. Maybe longer, it is Ollie's. There you go, there you go. So I want to pull the elbow across. Don't pull on the elbow to break the arm, to break the grip. Slide one hand up, all the way to the wrist or hand, okay? Now I'm going to start to rotate the shoulder and peel that hand away. So I start to peel the hand away from his other hand, okay? You see now he's almost like this, it's almost like an Americana. So I'm peeling the hand away, and then I start to use my body weight. So I pull my heels in, and I start to just fall to the side. Obviously as you're falling, make sure your partner's arm isn't straight. When you fall straight away into the armbar, should be bent. So as I start to fall, this is where your right hand will come into play. I go back to that handshake grip, and now I can start to straighten out the arm, okay? Once you're in this straight position, same thing we did before. Just try to keep your partner's arm straight, control it, all right? And then you can just practice going towards wherever the pinky finger is. If your partner starts to move around, okay, just practice controlling the rotation. So you just pull your heels in, practice applying it, letting go, again, applying it, letting go. You can move your foot position if you want to, like under the neck, over, you go both on the neck. Okay, so you can have a play around with the feet position as well, we won't even get into that. Just mainly focus on controlling the arm rotation and pulling your heels in and knees tight, okay, to finish the arm. So one more time. So whether it's gable or S-grip, doesn't matter. Just look at which way the knuckles are facing, okay? I pull the elbow across, other arm will come up, okay? Elbow to wrist or hand. I start to rotate the shoulder by falling. Now my other hand will come up. I fall, and now I can finish by pinching and extending, and essentially going towards whatever way the pinky's facing, okay? Any questions? No?
Could you show that again?
So again, here, doesn't matter which arm you got threaded in initially. I'll just have one elbow to elbow first. If I see his knuckles are facing this way, I'll just use my right hand here, shift the elbow across to my hip. Now I lean forward and use my ribs here to trap his elbow. And now I shift my other hand, elbow up. Okay, now I can start to rotate. I'm peeling the grip away. And as I'm falling, now my hand will let go of the bicep and shift up to the hand. As I fall now, you can either go to the hip or you can just go to the inside of the quad. Inside of the quad is my preference. That way if you start to hitchhiker, you just press, you can get the hyperextension pretty quickly. So we'll just start off from this position. Right? So if you want to, you can practice the figure four, alright? Switching, stripping the grip, then as you fall back, your partner can grab, alright? We'll break this. But we're also going to look at if your partner sits up. So your partner's going to sit up to prevent them stacking or coming up completely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back heel. Now I turn my knee in towards Ollie's chest. You can see this, okay? While I'm back heeling. My right hand here, I throw this under and I try to catch the knee or even the ankle, alright? Now he can't scissor his legs, so as he tries to come up, quite difficult. Okay. Now I can stomp my leg, bring him back, and then just continue with my grip legs. Alright, so we'll just do a bit of a, almost like a drill. Start off with a figure 4 if you want. Strip this. Alright. Your partner's then gonna, as you fall back, go to a gable grip, and then try to sit up. I'm just gonna underhook the leg, turn my knee in, again, pinch, and then stomp, come back, and you can finish off by breaking this grip. Okay? We'll just do that for 5 minutes. Everyone okay with that? 3, 2, 1.